It's 98.7 FM and 98.7fm.com. We're out here at the Plush Estate for our gifting suite here at Coachella, joined now by Alex from Franz Ferdinand. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Are you enjoying the heat? Is this right up your alley?
Well, I'm loving it. See, the last time I came to Coachella was 3 years ago, and it was a different kind of heat. It was much more intense. This feels kind of mild in comparison. It's good. And also, I've not really seen any sunshine this year yet, so it cheers you up, doesn't it?
No,
the sunshine, it makes it feel good.
It certainly does, because especially, I mean, we're in LA, and even this is much different than LA. Where have you been? Where have you been coming from? What's going on with Franz Ferdinand?
We were in LA yesterday, but we were touring around Europe, like especially like Northern Europe, and even a month ago, like places like Sweden or Belgium or whatever. It's still pretty chilly and pretty overcast in the UK, and yeah, it's nice to get something like this. No, we had a long tour of Europe. We're just starting a tour of America at the moment.
Started your tour up in Seattle, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I played there the other day, then down through San Fran, and then arrived at LA yesterday. Yeah, it's great. Got a bit of a tour ahead of us. We're playing with Born Ruffians. I don't know if you know those guys. They're a band from Toronto. Really great band. It's nice to have them out on the road.
How'd you get turned on to them?
We played with them in Toronto. A couple of friends had recommended them, and so we thought, let's see what they're like, and we got on really well with them. Because I think that's two things. When you go on tour with a band, obviously you've got to love their music, but you kind of got to get on with the guys as well. Because you want to go out for a drink and hang out together.
Yeah. It's a long trip. I mean,
it is. You want to be there with your buddies. Like people to get on with. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm born and raised in Seattle, so we got to go back to that.
Oh, right.
Did you tell me about your experience up there? Where'd you play? Where'd you hang out? What'd you guys do up there?
What was the name of the theater again? It was an all-seater theater. Maybe you can help me out. It's not the Forum, something like that.
Was it the Showbox?
No, it wasn't the Showbox. It wasn't the Paramount.
The Key Arena?
No.
Was it a big?
It's like an old 19th century type place with loads of seats.
The Moore Theater, the Paramount.
Yes. No, not the Paramount, the Moore Theater.
The Moore Theater. Yeah.
It was
That's
great.
A great venue.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. It was really cool.
Yeah.
No, it was nice. Yeah, Seattle was really cool. It's a good town. It's a town, like, everybody I talk to about Seattle always compares it to Glasgow. Like, it's a music town, and it rains a hell of a lot. So,
yeah. Did you guys get a chance to tour around the city a little bit and see any of the sights?
Not this time. I have before when I've been down there, going down the market. Although Nick and I got to check out the guitar shop. There's a guitar shop just outside town. It's called Trading Musician.
Okay, yeah.
We always try and get there. You get some great stuff out in the States. I love that.
Cool. I'm also not only from Seattle, but also a history guy. And ever since you guys came on the scene, and I found out your name, Franz Ferdinand. Knowing that was the Archduke that kicked off World War I. Who came about with that name? How'd that all come about?
I kind of came about by an accident. We did our first couple of shows with no name at all. We played at people's parties. We were the band in the corner, playing the tunes. And then we did a show. I think we were supporting Go 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 Earhart. I don't know if you know that band, but we were supporting them in Glasgow, and because it was a proper gig, it needed a poster, and because it was a poster, had to be a name of the band.
Sure.
So we had to come up with a name, and I knew that I wanted something that alliterated and maybe had some kind of, association with something greater, from history. I couldn't think what this name was. I've been thinking about it for weeks, and then I was watching the horse racing on the television one day. It was just the horse racing, and in the UK, it's probably the same in the States. You have all these weird and wacky names for the horses, and there was some horse running called the Archduke. And I was like, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. I remember him from history at school, and I thought, Franz Ferdinand, that's a pretty good name for a band. Let's use that. And yeah, for that gig, and then forever on, it was that name.
So you took the credit for it?
It's because I was sitting watching the telly.
Yeah, okay.
Watching the horse racing on the television, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, it's. I've always wondered that, so I'm glad I had the chance to ask you that. Wanted to ask you, as a music guy, what was your first piece of music you ever bought with your own money?
I think it was probably a Madness record. I think it was Absolutely Madness, the second Madness LP.
I don't know that.
They were a ska band from Britain, like the Specials. I don't know if you know those guys.
I know the Specials. Yeah. Okay.
So I bought Specials. Right. In fact, we were really, really lucky because when I was a wee guy, like just a young kid, I loved those bands. I really, really worshipped them, and I was into that whole way of dressing and that high energy music. And we did a TV show called Jules Holland, which is it's a music TV show where lots of different bands play together, and the Specials have just reformed and they played on the show, and it was amazing because you must find this as well yourself. Like you must interview a lot of bands, And you know, when you meet somebody who's famous, if they become famous when you're an adult, it doesn't really faze you that much. But if you meet somebody who is an idol when you were a kid, it kind of blows your mind.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It really, really blows your mind.
Larger than life.
I know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
they still remain that godlike figure that they were when you were 7 years old. You know, they're still. And I was talking to Neville Staples and Terry Hall, these guys from this band, and yeah, I reverted to being 7 years old. It's like, and you know, it's incredibly exciting. I love it.